I'm Dr. Lori. This is Thrift with Dr. Lori. I'm going shopping. I'm going shopping with you. And we're going to talk with Karen. She's at the Village Christian Thrift Shop on Lake Tahoe, right? And hi, Karen.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
How are you doing? It's great to see you. Great to see you. So we're in the thrift shop, and I've got the furniture area, huh? What are you going to show me? Lamps? Beautiful base on this lamp?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Well, that lamp is trying to look old. That lamp is trying to look old. That lamp has some new bulbs in it. You can see the contemporary bulbs, right? Yeah, but that's okay. You got to get good light, right? That lamp is a nice piece. It's pretty tall, too. How much is that? That lamp with, of course, the nice.
Short.
Yeah, sure. So how much is that lamp?
25.
Oh, 25. Wow. So that's a $75 lamp anywhere. Anywhere. That's a nice piece. That's a nice lamp. Some of the vintage lamps, if you see them, floor lamps like that could go as high as 150. But that one's about 75. What furniture do you have? So you have some nice 1960s pieces looking back at the colonial, right? That's a nice cabriole legs. Not too many scratches, not bad. You know, some of the pieces can be cleaned up. You got, oh, those lamps right there are great. Mid-century modern, the early 1970s, those are the early 1970s, brand new shades. Those are beautiful. I want $200 for that set.
Oh.
How much?
$15 each.
Oh, Karen, my head in my hands. Karen. Wow. Those are beautiful. Gorgeous. My gosh. The shades are $25 a piece.
Oh, probably, yes.
Oh, Karen, those are great. Those are beautiful. What else have we got, Karen? Let's look at some more furniture. Wow.
Okay, so we have
It's jackpot here. That's a nice lamp, too. That's a nice lamp. That's kind of every day. Everybody's got those.
Okay.
Those are like, that's 25 bucks.
Okay.
Let's see, furniture.
This piece of furniture, I don't know.
Now, I have to say, that secretary with the curio cabinet, I think that's nice and functional, but you know what will sell faster? The rattan one next to it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That'll sell faster because that you can use as a baker's rack, that you can use for plants. Functionality is important. And when you're trying to resell, for all of my resellers out there, all my viewers and followers, when you're trying to resell, paint the picture. Tell them what else it could be used for. So that rack could be used for a baker's rack. That rack could be used for plants. That rack could be used in a bedroom. That rack could be used for toys for the little kids. That has a lot of functionality, that opening, and it also has some flair. It has a good look to it. How much is that?
So that is 45. What you're saying, Dr. Lori, is I need to stage it, correct?
A little bit of staging, Karen. You don't have to do anything, but I like to point out and help folks understand and share my expertise, because that's one of the ways to sell that piece. All the different ways you could use that. That piece is easily $100, $125. That's a good piece of furniture. I like that. Now, the one next to it is not a good piece of furniture, in my opinion, because it's not of high quality. It's functional. It could be useful, but not high quality. So, and I like the bar signs. Signs are still pretty big. They're wavering, but they're still pretty big. The bar sign is cute. And then we've got some other pieces. How about painted furniture? You know, painted furniture, if you go back, Roland, painted furniture, and Roland, of course, is our super cameraman here that we got introduced before we started. This particular piece is one that I think a lot of people are looking and repurposing. So many of you are so talented in your repurposing and your ability to refinish. I had a video call with a refinisher. You know, she does vintage resell and she refinishes pieces for people. Gorgeous results. So make sure that you don't have a piece that's antique and is really valuable for the antique value, but you could repurpose it with some chalk paint and other things and make it look great, right? Do you see a lot of painted furniture, Karen?
Yes, we have a girl at the shop that takes, she would take an end table and do chalk painting on.
Oh, yeah.
And stenciling, and they sell very quickly.
Oh, isn't that great?
Something like this, she would repaint.
Oh, yeah. So kind of spruce it up, make it look totally different, right?
Yes.
How much is the painted one? The painted chest of drawers? Because that's great in a kid's room.
$25.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, that you're not getting a bureau for $25. That's beautiful. That's a $75 piece.
This is a definite Tahoe piece.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
And
Yeah,
a
that's nice too.
with
With the drawers, sure. So you can get all of your, you can hang up all of your hats and all your coats.
Yep.
Right.
One
Something
side.
else. So much to look at. Right. Those are called shield back. If we turn the chair the other way, so the seat is facing Roland. There you go. So you can see the shield. If Roland backs up, you can see the back. See the shield all the way around the back makes a shield. And then you're seeing, of course, those other elements. Notice the H stretcher at the bottom of the chair. If you pick up the chair and you look at the legs, you can see that the legs have a trumpet style of reeded. That's all of those lines. Now that chair really needs a little bit of work.
Yes.
That chair needs some love because it's really kind of scratched. You've got, maybe it needs to be re-sanded and stained, but that's a nice chair. So that chair is probably $25, $35 alone.
We have the whole set for $100.
The whole set for $100 is low. The whole set maybe at $200 would be a little bit closer.
Okay.
But it needs some love. You know, it needs some help.
Yes.
You know, it looks like it's been in the sun. It looks like it needs Murphy's oil soap, maybe also some resanding, restaining. But, you know, if the bones are good, my mother would say, if the bones are good, right? Right.
Yes.
I like the candlesticks. I like the brass candlesticks because they are functional, typical, traditional. They go with everything. So those are nice. What's that pair? $50 for the pair?
$4 for the pair.
They should be 50, 40, or $50 for the pair.
40.
Those are very nice because they're functional. They can be used in a lot of places. I like that. Asian pieces, always traditional, always popular. People like it. And really, we started that during the colonial period, something called chinoiserie, which was that idea that we are looking for things that are Asian to show an exotic flair, that we were worldly people during, of course, the time of independence, our colonial period. Oh, I love the fish. I love the fish bowl. So that's a fish bowl for the table. And it's intended, of course, not to have a lid. And it's intended, of course, for you to see the decoration inside. That's a very nice piece, too. I like that piece. So those are nice. Is there any mark on the fish bowl, or is that, of course, a new piece? Probably new. Okay. So that's going to say where it's made. And then you're seeing, of course, that traditional Asian mark that they use, that shop mark that's used a lot over long periods of time. So if you see that, don't expect that you always have an old piece. Okay. That's a nice piece. I like that piece about $45.
Okay.
And I like the stand. If you have a stand, realize that most of the stands have feet. So if you're using it the other way, you got it the wrong way. The feet go on the table and then the piece sits in the stand. That's a nice piece too. So let's see some art. You told me that you had some art, Karen.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see some art. Great furniture. It's always good to look at furniture. Don't be dissuaded by, of course, oh, we're going through the clothing. Here we go. Through the aisles. That's fun. When you're looking at furniture, don't be dissuaded if something has a couple of scratches or abrasions, as we'd say in museums. You know, sometimes they can actually be changed out. Oh, so there's some sports color lithographs, of course, with a little bit of advertisement here, some NASCAR stuff and some Formula One racing. That's a nice piece, pretty typical. I like the frame, $20. The frame is worth more than that. That's a nice piece too, but all color lithography, so prints, right? That piece is kind of run-of-the-mill, floral print. So now that's priced higher, where the other pieces I think are a little bit, should command a higher price. But you know your clientele. You know what they're gonna like. So you might say, well, Lori, you know, they come in and they want a floral still life, so we price them a little higher. That's a nice floral still life, that one right there. I like that. I think that's a nice print. It's a nice pull. Looks pretty good. We have anything that's not up so high?
Yes, right here.
I'm going to break poor Roland's arms up so high. Oh, those are nice. And, typical of place, right? The great, pure Western landscapes, a couple cowboys. You're not seeing those in New Jersey, Those are nice. And there's a Thomas Kinkade. So when you're looking for brand names, right, you're looking for established artists. So that piece is going to command a little bit more money, right? Because, of course, you have that traditional look of his cottage, the cottages and the landscapes. And even photography, even color photography will, of course, be popular, whether they are sea prints, color prints, or other types of photography. Photography is still very hot.
This is where we live. This is from our village.
Beautiful, Karen. How great. What a wonderful view.
And you might be interested in these copper frames.
Those copper frames are gorgeous, just gorgeous. See, now, I like the artwork. The artwork's fine, but I'd put a mirror in those and I would feature them somewhere.
Oh, good idea.
I think those could bring a lot with a mirror. All of that sort of reflection happening, it would even make me look good. I like that. I like that a lot. Those copper frames are beautiful. How much are the copper frames? Go back.
100 each.
Yeah. I believe that. I like that. Even without the artwork, they should be 100 each. And I have to say, signed Ellen. Ellen's a pretty good artist. Those aren't bad. I like those. I like those at about 150 each with the artwork.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, the copper frames are nice. Not easy. This is all skill. This is where quality, where, of course, the rubber meets the road. You're looking for quality and, of course, condition. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, Yosemite. Oh, I loved Yosemite. I loved it. I loved being there. It was wonderful. Spiritual, almost. Just a beautiful, beautiful part of the country. I was fortunate to be able to see that national park. Oh, yeah. So wonderful over here with the artwork. What do you like, Karen? Pick one that you like. I love autumn. October's my favorite month. I like an autumn scene.
Oh, this one.
And there's, yes. That one's nice.
Someone came in yesterday and he said it reminded him of back east and he was almost going to buy it, but.
The birch trees.
Yes.
The birch trees. Yep. And of course the flood of color. That's beautiful too. I like that. I have to say the multicolored mats, there's a what to look for, the tips that I like to give in every video so you're learning while you're having some fun. When you see the multicolored mats, I want you to think 1975 to 1990, because that's basically what you start to see, those mats within mats. It was a big thing in framers, the framers business to have the multiple mats cut like that. So that's nice too. And then, of course, the metal Nielsen frames or Nielsen type frames, also very indicative of the 70s and 80s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nielsen is my maiden name.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
That's a nice frame. That's a nice work of art too. That one should be 50. That's good. But I would take that piece of tape off of it because you might take some of the material of the frame. There you go. Careful. Yeah. Put that on the back because tape, any kind of adhesive, very hard. And you probably know that. You didn't do that. But somebody was trying to get their work done and they forgot.
We're all volunteers.
Yes, see, volunteers. Volunteers make the thrift stores, move. That's what makes them run, basically, the volunteers. Nice artwork, a lot of artwork. And I always say, there's a lot of value in the artwork. There's a lot of value in the artwork. Yeah, that's going to sell. You put down that lower because when it's up so high, people get frustrated. They think, oh, I can't get up there. I have to bother somebody. Make it easy to access.
Okay.
Make it easy to access. That's pretty. And that's pretty. That's nice for a girl's room, little girl's room, the carousel horses. That's very 80s, right? Everybody had a carousel horse. Now you're seeing those, the real ones even reselling. So fun. And we got a markdown. Everybody likes to see a markdown. Now, how do you feel about non-objective art, really modern art? How does that sell, Karen?
Not very well.
Yeah, hard, right? Difficult?
Yes,
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Yeah. So sometimes if that's paired, I always say if that's paired with something of a similar color chair, something like that, in a vignette, like in a little area. Sometimes that
Oh.
might help. I don't know.
Oh, I have just the chair. It's a bright blue.
That might help.
Blue. That would be perfect.
Yeah, it might help both. You know, it might help sell the chair, it might help sell the piece.
Okay.
This is Thrift with Dr. Lori, so you know what to look for, right? And
You
what's
have,
happening?
More decorating ideas for me. This is great.
Yeah, so, and pointing out some of these things, if you're a shopper, when I point out some of these things, then you're going to say, oh, I know what they're trying to do. So you get it on both sides. I help the buyers, I help the sellers. It's great. This is fun. Any toys? Do you have any toys, Karen?
Right behind you.
We haven't played much other than, you know, other than with the furniture. I want to play. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, how about that? Wow. Some great toys. And of course, the traditional Fisher-Price little tykes. Let's go through that bin.
Yes.
Take that basket out. I want to dig. Let's dig, Karen. What's in there? Oh, I'm making you bend. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just a lot of stuffed animals.
That's a nice little doll.
That's cute.
It's cute. Got to get it in the shot. Can't see it. Oh, she's cute. Okay. And then sometimes, you know, you can put stuff together. What else is in that bin? Couple stuffed animals.
Oh, yeah. Got a Beanie Baby without a top. Oh, no, that's not Beanie Baby.
That's a quasi, like a Beanie Baby, I guess. A little bear.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Now, Mickey Mouse has to go out of there.
And Minnie Mouse.
Yo, Mickey and Minnie. How much? Now, they're new. Don't get me wrong. They're new, but still.
Probably $1.
Probably $1. So Mickey and Minnie together are 10.
Oh.
They're 10 together. They're young. They're not vintage. They're not antique. They're none of that. But they are, of course, Minnie and Mickey, and people will collect them no matter what. So those need to go up on the register, near the register, $10 for the pair. Somebody's going to buy those. Get them out of there. Oh, and puppets. I don't like puppets. Do you like puppets?
Oh, yes. I used to teach my kids with puppets.
Really? Was it great? Did it work?
Yeah, because it wasn't me disciplining them. It was the puppets.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Well, see, I didn't have kids, so what do I know? Puppets are good. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's a beanie. That looks like a signature bear or a birthday bear. That's a birthday bear. Nice.
Birthday bear.
Yep. So that's a nice one. That could be valuable. That one needs to come out of there. That's a good little bin that we found. There's a lot of values in there.
Okay.
Hey.
We got, isn't that My Little Pony?
My Little Pony. And it looks like you've got Bubble Guppies and Peppa Pig. I know them all, you know. They're fun. They're fun. All right. That's a nice bin. And then would you sell the bin? Would you sell the little basket?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'd sell that too. That's right. A lot of people do look in thrift stores and they look for actually the supports. They look for basically the shelving units because they're usually pretty sturdy. I've seen that happen in thrift stores too. Okay. Educational toys usually sell well. Do they, in most thrift stores, do they sell well there too?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have games.
Well, games like board games.
Yes.
Games, let's see some. Let's see if we stirs up any memories. Books. We love books.
Books, yeah.
Yep, lots of books. So Twister.
Yes.
I was never good at Twister. Even when I was 10, I was never good at Twister. I can't twist like that. Yeah. So how, if you opened up that box, show me what I would see. Is that hard for you, Karen? Can you do that? So I'm going to see, oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Good shape.
Yes.
Wow. And you should have the mat, you know, that mat folded up. Okay, so used a little bit, and that's it. That's Twister. Okay, so that's in perfect condition, you know. And Twister, of course, is now of interest with millennial collectors, right? There are a lot of our young collectors of vintage pieces that want to play Twister. Gosh, that looks like it has not even been used. That looks perfect. I would say easily $25 for Twister in that condition.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, yes. Board
No
board
way.
games.
We usually put $1 on these games.
Oh,
That's
no, Twister in that condition, people will definitely do that. Or you think about maybe certain things have to be sold online.
oh, right.
That's a nice piece. That's a nice piece,
Okay.
you know? Or of course, all my viewers are going to be driving to Lake Tahoe to pick up your
Come
stuff.
ahead. We have the best deals in town.
That's right. That's right. So some of the other games, let's see, Trivial Pursuit always sells pretty well. Sometimes Scrabble, right? Monopoly, puzzles. Puzzles are very popular.
Puzzles really sell up here because we get snowed in,
Yes.
and or
I've
during
been there in the snow. It's beautiful and scary.
yeah,
Yeah,
or
it is.
during COVID, people
Oh,
did
yeah.
puzzles quite a bit.
Puzzles, but puzzles sell well always. Playing cards too.
Oh.
The bingo cage set. Memory. There's the didactic games. So memory games for the little kids, always very popular. That one, if that is that $1 for memory?
Yes.
Yeah, that's got to be $10.
Oh my
And then you had some others that were puzzles. You had some others that were puzzles there. Yeah, 1,000-piece puzzles have to be $10. You know, you've got more than 500 pieces or 1,000-piece puzzles have to be $10 because puzzles are very expensive.
They are.
Also, of course, when you're looking at crochet kittens, the map of Europe, 1,000-piece puzzle, that's going to be valuable. That's going to be $10 at least for on the vintage and resale market. The other thing that is oftentimes popular too is the reselling of course, VHS tapes and also cassette tapes, CDs, DVDs. You're going to see a lot of that, and a lot of that, you can see so many of them right here, and a lot of that is happening online for big money. So people are actually doing that. The sets of things like, you know, a Ken Burns Civil War set, for example, or maybe it's the, you know, all the, I don't know, pick one, all of the different movies that you can't get as easily. Now you can get movies pretty easily that you weren't able to get as easily before. A lot of pieces that I would say are pretty nice. Books, remember, you want to look for a strong spine and you want to look for no odor when you open the books. So that's the other thing. But oftentimes folks have beautiful libraries, and sometimes a book worth several tens of thousands of dollars end up in thrift stores. On my Real Bargains videos, I found books that, of course, I featured books that many of my viewers have found that have been very valuable. So books sometimes are very popular too. Look for authors, right? Predominant or prevalent authors. You want predominant authors. You also want to look for, of course, titles, novels typically. Cookbooks do very well. Children's literature does very well. The John Grisham books. There's somebody out there saying, oh, I'm going to buy all the John Grisham books. You know, you want to read a great novel, that kind of thing. So you've got a lot of them. Got a lot of them.
Cookbooks seem to be very popular all of a sudden. Last year or 2 years ago, we couldn't sell one because people were online, but now cookbooks seem to be the things to go.
I think the Civil War book will sell well too. I think the society is tired of searching, right? And what I mean by searching is not the treasure hunt. We love the treasure hunt. What I mean by searching is we have to search online to find the recipe. We have to search on here to find, you know, what TV show we're going to watch on, you know, when we're trying to relax. That searching kind of thing, I think, is getting tiresome for some. What's wonderful is the thrill of the hunt, because when you find it here, it's really wonderful. I love the thrift store hunt. That's what's fun. To shop with me, it's wonderful. Shop with Dr. Lori. Karen, look at this nice dining room set you've got here. We're back to furniture. That piece looks like it's in very nice shape. I think that would be great. It looks like it's got 8 chairs too.
It does, and it has leather seats.
Oh, leather upholstery. That's nice. That piece is, of course, you know, mid to late 20th century, but it certainly is a nice set. Is that set at $500?
I don't think so. 300.
Yeah, that set's probably worth $500. It doesn't seem to have the scratches and the problems of some others. You know, it's nice. Some people say, oh, it's too big. But, you know, you take the extension leaves out, and you've got a nice size for a dining room as well.
Yeah, there's two leaves.
Yeah, 2 leaves. 2 leaves is nice when you're having company. Again, I'm not entertaining people, but you know. But I like that. And leather seats, of course. Leather seats, expensive. You know, good quality materials. That's what you're looking for. And you know, if there weren't pets in the house, so there's no scratching from a dog or a cat, that's a help too. That's a help too. I like those lamps, but the first set of lamps we saw, those it's gonna be hard to beat those two. Yeah.
And then the blue chair would go with that painting.
Oh, there's the blue chair. Yeah. Perfect. Good eye, Karen. Good eye.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. See, and now the blue chair could sit in a corner of a bedroom. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be part of something else. It can just sort of stand on its own. Bright colors do that. Let's see junk.
Because you like to look through bins.
I like to look through bins and junk. You know why? You can find great things. So the same way you found Minnie and Mickey Mouse at the bottom of that toy junk, you know, there might be something great here that's been overlooked. Crafts, all the crafts should go out because people love the crafts. People are selling the craft pieces online, whether it's a half-done needlepoint pillow, or maybe it's a macrame, or maybe it's, you know, to paint your own towel, platter or tray, all kinds of things. Yeah, really nice, really fun. And people put things together, you know. People will say, oh, I can use that scale in the kitchen. There's that brown lamp is a nice 1980s lamp. People like the crystal lamps too, you know. So these lamps are in your $25, $30 range. All the way over to the left, the one that looks like a stiffle lamp. That one looks sort of like a brass tone lamp. Yeah, those lamps are nice and sturdy. A lot of people look for those. That looks like it's a pretty good lamp. Now, dating back to the 1980s probably, but that's a good quality living room lamp.
Yes, it's very heavy.
Yeah, so that's a $100 lamp. How much have you got that?
35.
35. That's a bargain, and that's what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the bargains. So you know, so your clients know, so my viewers know, because I want you to succeed. What fun, what fun.
Oh, here's a nice jewelry box.
Oh, yay. Oh, look at that jewelry box.
This looks like my sister's.
That looks like my sister's. Yes, that's right. Oh my! And you pull out the drawer, and the drawer has all the separated. There you go. That's the jewelry box. That's the jewelry box of the 1970s. Oh. There it is.
And an earring.
Oh, it's got an earring, and it's probably marked 14 karat gold because that's what. See?
Yes, it is.
I don't even have to look, and I know.
Put it in my pocket.
Yeah, put it in your pocket. That's a nice jewelry box. So that jewelry box is certainly not junk. Someone will pick that up. That's a nice one. And you're probably heavy and sturdy. And the velvet is nicer. You know, the velvet is a lot nicer than some of them that you see.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. So that's probably $20. I like that. I like that.
8.
Well, on that note, we'll come full circle right back to my favorite jewelry. I want to thank Roland and Karen, of course, at the Village Christian Thrift Shop in beautiful Lake Tahoe. Karen, thanks so much, honey. Take care of yourself. We'll see you again.
Okay.
See you next time. See you next time, too. I'm Dr. Lori. Thanks for being with me.